service. The other is the projected expenses for FY08 actually include the summer of 2007, which was while we billed for more water and have high revenues for that period, we also have high expenses because we had to buy significantly more water from Andover. Going into 2009, we're assuming it's an average year. We don't know, demand's going to be up or down, but this was a high expense year as well. We also
We're
had
expecting less usage. We're expecting less usage, is what you're saying.
Exactly, which is why you're seeing the projected revenue drop significantly from one year to the next two.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Less percentage of Andover water, smaller percentage of Andover water.
This analysis, Mark, takes the last 3 years and takes the average.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Any other questions? Mr. O'Leary.
Just on the option 4 here, as far as treating that third tier rate, so there's approximately, in the notes here, approximately 60 accounts, and it would generate $22,000 per winter quarter and $44,000 per year. This is additional revenue. Is that in addition to, could be a 2% increase plus the third tier? Is this a double hit on that? And again, most of those accounts are commercial accounts. I know you said often where Pterodyne is a huge user, but what other types of businesses? Restaurants? What else do we have in town that's big water users? You have the 60 accounts.
Yeah,
Are any of them households?
in the winter period, there will be no households affected by it. During the summer, there were a number of households that jumped into that rate just due to outdoor watering. But during the winter time, primarily the larger businesses on Main Street out on Concord Street. The Walmarts do trigger it. As you mentioned, the restaurants, the big postal facility always uses that much water. The Pterodynes, that type of facility.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to trigger any other effects on the consumers, or
Well,
but
look at it as from the usage point of view, 2% increase is just a modest increase. We have been, and we now are playing catch-up. And assuming that this does the catch-up, it means that we start to generate capital next year, which is certainly needed to make improvements to the water system. We're out again borrowing and raising the debt figure.
how much, just projecting out, say 5 years, what type of a surplus are we looking at? And we would be talking about a rate stabilization at that point? Or are we, do we have a goal of a surplus amount? We're looking to cap that?
The answer is $500,000. And looking to build a surplus each year, when the finance department closes the books, then the retained earnings for that year will accrue over the 5. We would expect to have $500,000. That would be that's a good goal, because then you can look at your capital over that same period, large capital, or debt retirement, and forecast, be able to go out that far and then start to forecast what or expect the rate to be over those years. This would help us to do a more proactive forecasting than reactionary.
Right, there's no doubt over the last few years, we've done an awful lot of catching up on big our deficit. But at some point, when can the ratepayers and consumers anticipate, a leveling off of the rates and a stabilization of them rather than, with this suggestion or recommendation to us, what do we anticipate? Do we anticipate coming back in the next 4 or 5 years for a rate increase?
Well, we're obligated to revisit it every year.
I understand that.
So that's the answer. We're certainly not going to be in a position ever to say that this rate is good for the next 5 years. That's gonna wanna get into a year, for example, or it's gonna hold the rate. Costs are going up for energy and chemicals, for example, so we can hold the rate, but we're not gonna be able to go to surplus that year. That would be
Or
an
quick.
error. That would be an error, because we've run into some circumstances like we did this year, unexpected emergency breaks of a large caliber. That'll wipe you right out, that'll wipe out that $100,000 easy.
And I guess
It's a
that.
long way to answer your question.
No, and I guess in anticipation of that, in other words, things happen, unanticipated, breaks and things of that nature, which are a major consequence and expense, which now we go out and borrow, we then have to catch up and pay for it again. But as we're trying to build our surplus over 5 years of $500,000, if we can't do it in 5 and it ends up being 7, I mean, are we still gonna try to, is the mindset right now, the recommendation to stick to the 5-year goal of $500,000, and if we have a major break, come back for a rate increase? Or are we looking to stretch it out over a 6 or 7 year period?
Without looking at our bond retirement, the answer is that we would try to stretch that out a longer period if that retirement is parallel to that. Well, again, as I said Saturday, this generation is reinvested in the water system in this area. And ultimately, we have 1 or 2 more substantial capital improvements that are, we need to do. One is the holding tank I mentioned on Lakeside. There may be some, requirements coming back at us that, cause us to do some additional capital, but in looking at that, that is the best way to answer your question. Over time, if once the system goes from new to really mature, then you have dramatic decrease in debt service opposed to rising cost, operation costs. That will drop off much sharper than the cost of operating costs. So that, so for example, then we would be coming in here saying it's a 1% increase or a half 1%. And meeting the goals that established by the law.
David, is it safe to say that in terms of the entire water system, the only way we can increase capacity is by buying water from Amazon?
Right now.
We are restricted in terms of drawing water out of the Ipswich River Basin, correct? So capital expenditures for water are gonna be related to improving water quality, dealing with maintaining the infrastructure, additional growth in the community in terms of users. But the capacity itself is basically buying water from.
And over or somebody else. And don't forget, we're Water Management Act, DEP again, trying to restrict us more from drawing than what we already have. That's an ongoing task.
So there's a possibility that we could actually end up
Buying more.
buying even more because we have a diminishing capacity.
That's correct. You have cap, it could be the lower cap over time, are removed. The new Water Management Act regulations just came out, and going back to what we were talking about, they have very stringent water conservation requirements in there, where if you trigger a certain amount, you have to implement mandatory water conservation
going back to this, to the increase in what Steve was mentioning about the 5 years and all that, in theory then, for where we are right now, because we've handled the deficit, this proposal's handling the deficit, we're really talking about the only increases in the reasonably future years would be increasing costs, fuels and added, those kind of costs, right? But other than that, we've taken care of all the other problems, and we're not expecting, I mean, I know you can't predict what's gonna happen over the next 5 years, but at least theoretically, we've reached a point of stability here with these rates, except for,
Notwithstanding, some emergencies and.
Right.
And a couple of capital issues that we know in the next 5 years that we want to make.
Just getting to those capital projects that we know we want to initiate, is that factored in or not? I'm not so sure they're factored into what you're suggesting here.
They're in the capital plan.
Right, but as far as the revenue stream in order to fund that capital plan, we're hoping to do it out of,
It is for, it would be for this year. April and October.
with no funding source right now. Is that what we're saying?
what,
What?
revenue?
The debt service, so it's bonding.
So it has been taken into consideration is the point we're making. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't wanna see those issues that we know are on the table shock this proposal as not being enough. And I believe I'm not in favor of raising things through the roof, but if we're anticipating things and we know what our costs are, and we're looking, we have a goal of building up a surplus of X number of dollars in a certain time frame, and we know the capital projects are coming online, my question is that all anticipated in what's being proposed here, or should we